Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is episode number 24, and in this episode, as we go through the door where we left off, we're entered into another mini-boss battle with one Stalfos here. But the problem becomes that there's a giant hole in the middle of the floor, and you can fall through, but the Stalfos can't. Oh crap, get up, Link, thank you. Somehow he didn't hit me there. He had me as a sitting duck, and he missed. The first one's fairly easy other than the missing floor part. Just stay along the edges and knock them out. There's only one to deal with. Then when the floor falls down after defeating the first one, you have a full room to work with, but now there's two Stalfos. And there's another little difficulty that you have to deal with, and that's pretty much that you have a time limit, so to speak. Not where there's like a time limit on the screen, but once you defeat one of them, the defeated one will resurrect itself if you don't defeat the second one within a certain amount of time. And it's not a long time, it's maybe 45 seconds, something like that. So this can get kind of dicey. This can go on for a while if you're not quick about it. So, and these ones are a little bit better at dodging bombs for whatever reason. And yes, I don't know why, but there is a little bit of a frame drop whenever I defeat one of the Stalfos. So like when his bones are like separating, it goes like a little bit in slow motion. I don't know why, but I think it's pretty cool. Alright, so I lost a lot of time there. That's not good. Don't think I'm going to be able to defeat this one before the other one gets back into shape here. No, there he goes. He's back. So now we have two more to deal with. And there's a couple of ways you can go about doing this. There's one destroyed. You can attack both of them kind of similarly, so that once you kill one, you only have to hit the second one once or twice. Or you can just go at them one at a time and really keep your distance. Or rather, not keep your distance. Keep your distance short is what I was trying to say, but that just didn't work out. There we go. So once you keep close proximity to him, they'll be forced to strike at you and lower their guard, and you can get some really fast hits in that way. But this time we get a chest as well, and it's a big chest, not just with a small key. It's with an item we're going to use the rest of the game, the Fairy's Bow. And yes, I love this weapon so much. The only unfortunate thing about it is that it has ammunition that you can run out of course, with the arrows. But we're going to be using it the rest of the game. We're going to add different types of arrows to our repertoire. And yes, it's amazing. One of my go-to weapons. I'll be using it all the time, much like I do the boomerang as Child Link. I think this is the way we need to go. Oh, well, wait. I guess we need to use both ways, right? That way is to a staircase with a Poe, and this is the same thing. Cool. Alright, so I suppose it doesn't matter which one we do first, because they're both very much the same thing. But the first thing we're going to need is our bow to shoot them out of the photos. And let's see here. Ah, don't do that. I wasted an arrow too by accident. Okay, so there's 3 photos or picture frames that they're going to appear in. And they don't stay there for very long, so there you go. Shoot the picture frame, and it'll disappear. There's 2 left, so obviously by process of elimination, it has to be this one. There goes. And now she's stuck in this one right here, so we'll get rid of that one as well. And there you go. One of the Poe sisters, she appears and goes to the bottom of the staircase. So that's where we're headed. And she's waiting for you. Beth, one of the Poe sisters, aim for her when she appears. And she's very much like any of the other Poes that we fought. Z-targeting doesn't work so much. And she just does this really weird spinning attack. And guard against it. And you can just hit her a couple of times before she disappears. And pretty much we'll do the same thing. She'll do 2 spinning attacks in a row. And then she will appear and you'll have an opportunity to hit her a couple of times. And then it'll just keep going in that cycle until you defeat her. Really not that difficult. If you're having trouble, you can always use arrows to make things a little bit easier. And so that you can keep your distance. But the Master Sword will kill her faster. And when you defeat her, Her blue flame will light up the torch. We'll get a big chest and some arrows as well to fill up your supply. Why am I not destroying them? Okay. Why do I have such a hard time destroying these pots? I might as well just break them by throwing them against the wall. Okay, so we got the weapon and we got the dungeon map. So what is this? It has to be the compass. Yep, now we can see locations of items and whatnot. Not really worried about that too much, but we're going to head around the other side because there's a Poe on this side too, and it's going to be the red one. I don't know if that's Amy, maybe? I forget their names. I know Amy's one of them. Which picture frame are you in? Aha, up there. There's one. And there's the second one. And right behind me should be the third. Yep. Hey, what's up? It's the orange/red Poe sister. And she's ready to fight. Oh, Joelle. One of the Poe sisters. Aim for her when she appears. Apparently this one isn't Amy. Ah. Come on. Come on. Yeah, these aren't really mini-boss battles. I would just call them, like, slightly harder than a regular Poe battle. And actually, I don't even think it's harder than a regular Poe. It just takes a few more extra hits. And if you want to do jump slashes, I think you can do it in 3 hits. Because I have 2 already. And there we go, 3 hits. That's much easier than trying to use arrows or just slicing in general. Once we defeat Joelle, her flame will light the torch, and we get a small chest over here, which is another small key. So now we have another small key to use, and I think I know just where to use it. But I don't think we need to go that way, so I'm going through the other doors, back where we saw, wherever the first one was, Beth. I think she was Beth. And we haven't been this way. No, obviously we haven't because this is where the key is. Okay, so now we're in a very strange room. It looks like one that we're going to have to turn over at some point. So let's jump down. Watch for the shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling. Okay. Too bad I'm not going to listen to you at all, Navi. Not like I ever do, but we need to go hit the switch to turn this room around because obviously we can't do anything but get eaten by wall masters without it. Okay, so we're back in the room with the... Really? Really? Die. That was way harder than it needed to be. Okay, so we're back in the room where we pushed the blocks around and all that stuff. We had to climb up on them, and it was a lot of fun. But anyway, if you hit that switch, because I said we were going to need to hit it, once you hit that switch with our newly found fairy's bow, it's going to turn the room around, or I guess fix the room rather. Although, it's kind of messed up no matter how you look at it. And we can climb down onto the floor, and don't jump in there just yet. And we can... Oh, I'm just going to kill this wall master first because I'm going to end up like getting eaten while I'm reveling over the key that we're going to find in here. Can't even have those rupees anyway. It was like 35. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, and we found the big key, or the boss key, and now we can enter the boss's chambers. Yay. Okay, now that we have found the big key, or the boss key, I forget what game they call it the big key in, but I just always want to call it the big key. Anyway, we can jump through the floor hole, the hole in the floor. Why are you not dying? Holy crap. Okay, I'm awful at fighting these bubble things. I'm so lucky that... How did that hit me? I'm so lucky that they don't do the same effects that they have from Majora's Mask, where like if you get hit by a blue bubble, it curses you or something, and you can't use your sword for a certain amount of time. I'd just be without a sword the entire game if that was the case. Anyway, I'm going to stop here, guys. In the next episode, we're going to finish off the last 2 Poe sisters and get up right before the boss battle. Stay tuned for episode number 25. Game on.